What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another stream where we are going to be continuing to hunt Generation 2 shiny Pokemon. What is good, Finn, Lace, Big Game Horror, Julia? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. So I did a little bit, and I swear when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. This is how easy Gen 2 is. I did a little bit of off-stream hunting over the weekend, and I'm pretty sure we ended last stream without a shiny Remoraid, and we were 29 out of 100. Well, over the weekend, I managed to get 11 shinies, and we are now 40 out of 100. So, yeah. Basically, I just evolved everything that needed to be evolved. I got 2 shiny Hoothoot, evolved one. I got a shiny Furret. I evolved one of my Mareeps. I evolved my Togepi. Friendship levels are so annoying. I evolved my Golbat. You know, I just did evolutions pretty much. I evolved my Sunkern. I got the second Remoraid and I evolved it in X and Y. I got a shiny Scizor. You know, I did some evolutions and I got a Smeargle. I'm pretty sure that's all that was new. But yeah, I did some evolutions. I evolved the Swinub. That's another one too. But yeah, today's stream. Today, I would like to do Cyndaquil. I would like to do Cyndaquil. It's the only Generation 2 starter that doesn't need an outbreak, and as you can see, I have Cyndaquil and Typhlosion already, so I need one for Quilava. So we're hopping on Scarlet Violet, and we're gonna try to get a shiny Cyndaquil today for a Quilava. And I also, I'll show it when the game opens. I have an Igglybuff outbreak, which we need Igglybuff. We need Igglybuff. So I want to go for Cyndaquil first, because it's going to be more annoying. But we have an Igglybuff outbreak, which is huge, because I don't want to hatch eggs. I'd rather actually go for it in Scarlet Violet, but it's in a really bad area. Anyway, we're going to do Cyndaquil first. So I got to go here. And your boys got coffee today. Your boys got a canned Starbucks coffee. So yeah. I also realized none of the background music is playing. Wow. I had no idea. I had no idea the background music just was off. There we go. I've had it running this whole time. Yo, Jeppe, I need help. What do you need help with, bro? What do you need help with? I forgot what cave Cyndaquil spawns in. Pretty sure it's the one I'm at. It should be the one I'm at. Or maybe it's this one. I don't actually remember. It has been a while since I've done Cyndaquil, by the way. Like a really long time since I've done Cyndaquil. Pretty sure it is here. It's not, okay. I gotta find it. It's gotta be this one then. This guy. I'm me, what is good, dude? What's good? It feels so good being able to fly in Scarlet Violet. I unlocked this not long ago. It's not this one, is it? It's not. I'm really forgetting where Cyndaquil spawns. Chat, that's how long it's been since I've shiny hunted for Cyndaquil. It's been a hot minute. It's this one. Okay, I found it. Rowlet, what's good? Bro changed his name to a Alolan bird. What is good, dude? I need to take out the Terra Pokemon, or else you cannot get alpha spawns at all. I'm not alpha spawns, dude. What am I talking? I just started writing the script for the alpha video, chat. That's why I'm messing up. Can't get Cyndaquil spawns unless you take out the Terra. Yeah, it's been a minute, Rowlet. How have you been, man? Cyndaquil finds those Terra flying. Oh, wow. A stellar type Minior. That's crazy. I actually only have like one stellar type in this game, by the way. I'm gonna kill it though. I don't need a stellar Minior. But that's really cool to see. Oh, it's a blue Minior. Boom. I failed a 1 in 8192 Mudkip in a really weird way. How? And also what game? I'm assuming it was like what? Emerald, Ruby Sapphire, probably. I need red pepper for a fire type sandwich, which I have. So let's go up here. I don't remember which spot is. I'm pretty sure it's this. You can picnic like right here. No, that's Poke Portal. Yeah, let's go. I just killed a moth in my room. It was juicy. God damn. Ruby. How did you fail the shiny, dude? How'd you fail that? Wait, how did you fail a mud? Isn't it starter? Did you reset over it? Because it's a starter. You probably, yeah, he had to have reset over it. He had to have done something like that. All right. I'm pretty sure the last time why is this sandwich like so white, by the way? Like it's so bright, the lighting on it. I'm pretty sure the last time I shiny hunted for Cyndaquil, it was on stream. So, and I don't think we ended up getting it. I'm pretty sure it was for the 100 shinies. Like I got 100 shiny Pokemon in Scarlet Violet. I'm pretty sure it was for that, and I didn't end up getting the Cyndaquil. So the last time I shiny hunted Cyndaquil was on stream. So yeah. So I got the shiny. I was going to save after, and my Game Boy Advance died. Oh my god, wow. On the do not turn off power screen. And the save got deleted. Wow, dude, that sucks. That's crazy. That's a crazy way to fail a shiny, man. Literally last second. That's insane, dude. Why is there, dude? What's up with all the non-Cyndaquils? Like what? Why is there just no Cyndaquil spawning? It's supposed to spawn in this cave. Leave the cave and come back. Might have to, yeah. Let me just fly around, do my thing, whatever. No, let's go back. Dude. There's just a Cub Junior. Do I have Sparkling Power, Fire, Tidal Power, and Teensy Power. Did I make a wrong sandwich? I might have made a wrong sandwich. I don't know. Date spoof till you get a Cyndaquil out. Oh wait, no, Cyndaquil spawned. Cyndaquil spawned. Also, Cyndaquil outbreaks, by the way, are really bad. Like it doesn't increase the spawns whatsoever. So, and if I'm gonna day switch for a Gen 2 starter, it's gonna be for Totodile specifically, because Totodile has a worse spawn rate, so that you like absolutely need an outbreak for. Dude, but I don't know why there isn't even Cyndaquil spawn. Like, why is Golurk spawning, dude? Like, and a Cubchoo. Yeah, but what do you think about this? The situation? Go look up on my previous message. So my friends from school took a picture of me walking home because you followed me and then said I act like a 5-year-old, and then I was a biggie, and he also treats me like shit. Well, that's not a good friend, man. Dude, mine, like, is there like a different cave that's looks the exact same or something? I'm in the right place for Cyndaquil, right? Or am I in the wrong place for Cyndaquil? You don't have encounter sandwich. Okay, I used the wrong Herbamisca then. I used the wrong Herbamisca. I need to use spicy for sure. So that's what I did wrong. I used a salty and a sour one. So I'm gonna use spicy. Salty spice. Okay. Yeah, I made the sandwich wrong. Okay. No big deal. We reset. We get our Herbamisca. Cucumber, pickle, red pepper. Boom. We need a spicy and a salty. Boom. I gotta go back in the depth. Oh my god, where I live. See ya. I'll catch you in the next one, bro. I appreciate you stopping by, man. It's been a while since Rowlet's been in here, dude. It has been a hot minute. I'm sorry, but whoever, like, is ever gonna eat a sandwich that has nothing but 3 super thin pickles, which one just came off, a really thin cucumber, and like 9 slices of red pepper and nothing else? Like, who's eating that, man? Like, let's be real. Me. Like, that's a crazy ass sandwich, dude. Did I get encounter now? There we go. Encounter power fire. That's what we needed. Let's go here and we watch Cyndaquil spawn. That's literally all you do. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We got a Cyndaquil. Issue is you only get like a couple. So yeah. It's gonna be a rough shiny hunt. Only 3 spawns. A Cyndaquil outbreak would be nice. It would definitely make it better, but the issue is Cyndaquil outbreaks are so hard to find. Like, I think they're one of the hardest outbreaks to find. And like I said earlier, if I am gonna day switch for any Gen 2 starter specifically, it's gonna be Totodile. Because I remember when I made my video where I shiny hunted every single starter Pokemon, I did it in Scarlet Violet in the Blueberry Academy, and Totodile was the hardest one to find an outbreak for. So Totodile outbreaks are really rare. Chikorita is gonna end up being easy, by the way. Chikorita, we're probably gonna find an outbreak like really quickly. Cyndaquil is just annoying because you have to use this method. There's no other method that's like good in Scarlet Violet, but it's the best way to get Cyndaquil. You know, unless I hop on Legends Arceus. Egg hunting, yeah, but like that just takes too long. I prefer this over egg hunting. You know, I could find a shiny within 30 minutes. You know, I have a shiny charm, and we have an boosted sandwich, you know, a sparkling power sandwich that gives you better odds than Masuda, and Masuda's longer, a lot longer. Anyway, does anyone here play Sword? I play Shield, but I have Gen 8. I do in fact have Gen 8. Chat, I cannot wait till we make it to the legendaries. I really cannot wait till we make it to the legendaries, because I've said this already before, but I'll say it again. I'm gonna be dual hunting the legendaries on my 3DS and my Switch. I'm gonna be dual hunting. You know, my PC has been fixed for a long time now, and it's capable of dual hunting again. So we dual hunting the legendaries. I don't know if I want to do 2 different legendaries at a time or 2 of the same legendary. Chad, let me know. Let me know, actually. Would you guys prefer if I dual hunted the legendaries and I did 2 screens hunting for the same legendary, or 2 different legendaries? You know, because I'm gonna be doing one in Ultra Moon and the other one in Dynamax Adventures. That's the way I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna dual hunt them like that. One screen, my Switch screen, is gonna be Dynamax Adventuring for a legendary, and my 3DS screen is gonna be soft resets in Ultra Moon. So yeah. I'm missing like maybe 5 legendaries or 4 legendaries, because I have Ho-Oh, if you include Celebi, but Celebi's a mythical. Still soft resets though. But yeah, let me know. Let me know, chat. Ho-Oh is the only Gen 2 legendary I have, by the way. Your PC gonna burst into flames? No, it's been good recently. It's been really good. I have both. Mostly prefer Shield. I have Shield. I don't have Sword, but I do want to buy. That's a lot of Cyndaquil, man. Okay, I've definitely found the spot that I need to stand at, and it's right here. But I prefer what I usually do, the next generation, I'm gonna buy both versions of the game. But when Sword Shield, Scarlet Violet, when those games came out, I wasn't a Pokemon YouTuber yet, so I had no reason to get both versions. Or I wasn't like super huge onto Pokemon. Like I was big on Pokemon, but I wasn't like playing it every single day like I do now. Generation 10, I'm buying both versions, but what I used to do, chat, what I used to do is I would buy the least popular of the two. I would buy the least popular of the two because it would be so much easier to complete the decks. More people have Sword than they do Shield, so you're more likely to have a friend who plays Pokemon or know someone who plays Pokemon that has the opposite version of you if you get the least popular one. So that's what I usually did, and it always worked. It always worked. Chad, the only other person in my life that plays main series Pokemon games that I know personally is my cousin Francesco. And every time we always have the opposite version. He always gets the more popular one, I always get the less popular one, because it's so much easier. I have the only one he got the less popular one was he got Shining Pearl, I got Brilliant Diamond. So yeah. I wanted Brilliant Diamond for BDSP. I love Dialga. I fucking love Dialga, man. Because I need help getting all these Sword exclusives. I do not have Sword, sadly. I have my decks finished in that game, but I don't have I don't know where the Pokemon are. I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah. Do you need all exclusives or some? Most likely. Friend, damn. Feel called out. But yeah, when Generation 10 comes out, I'm getting both versions for sure. Now now that I make videos on Pokemon, like over the last almost 2 years now, I've been making, goddamn, by the way, January makes 2 years of making Pokemon videos. But yeah, now that I'm making Pokemon videos and stuff like that, I actually want to go back and buy versions that I don't have yet. Like I want to buy Violet. I want to buy Pokemon Violet. I want to buy Pokemon Sword. Even like the old 3DS games. I'm actually currently looking into, because I keep talking about it, but I still haven't started making the video yet. I want to make a video where I get the shiny charm in every single Pokemon that has the shiny charm. So for the 3DS era, I've been looking into buying Pokemon Y because I have Pokemon X. I don't have Pokemon Y. Or even I'm looking into buying Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. I have Pokemon Omega Ruby. You know, now lately I've been looking at versions of other games I have, and I actually kind of want to buy them now. I just recently bought Heart Gold on my DS. I'm still open to buy Soul Silver. Still open to buy it. You know, my goal eventually, I want to have every single Pokemon game. That's my goal eventually. Maybe every single main series, maybe not spin-offs. Like I don't need, it would be cool to have like Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon Rumble and all the GameCube and Wii games and N64 games, but I don't really want them necessarily. I want them, but I'm not like in need of them. I would get Rumble though. Chat, I do want to make a video shiny hunting in Pokemon Rumble. I think that would be so sick. I've always seen people do it, but I've never actually like done it myself. I've played Pokemon Rumble before. I've played it before. Not on the Wii, or I don't know if it's Pokemon Rumble specifically, but I remember they made on the 3DS, they made a game that looked very similar to Pokemon Rumble, but it wasn't Pokemon Rumble. I don't remember the name of it though, but I played that as a kid on my 3DS. Just don't remember the name of it. Chat, if you guys know what I'm talking about, please let me know, because I could not remember the name for the life of me. But it looks like Pokemon Rumble. It has the same art style, or like a really similar art style, but it's not Pokemon Rumble. I don't remember the name of it, but yeah. We're actually, for not having an outbreak at all, we're getting a lot of Cyndaquil spawns. It's really good that I only need one. I only need a Quilava. I have Cyndaquil and I have Typhlosion. I only need Quilava, so I'm lucky I don't need to get all three this way. But yeah. No shiny, I believe, unless there's one under here. Nope. By the way, what I mean by there's no point of getting a Cyndaquil outbreak is because even if there was a Cyndaquil outbreak, we'd be getting the same amount of spawns. That's why I'm not going for an outbreak. Even though the odds are better, the shiny odds are better in an outbreak, but it's really hard to knock out 60 when the spawns are like this. But yeah. Shepard, what's your favorite Pokemon game? I don't know if I've asked before. My favorite Pokemon game is Pokemon Omega Ruby. That's my personal favorite. I grew up off of Gen 6, Mega Evolution, all that type of stuff. You know, the first Pokemon game I ever played through and completed was Pokemon X. And then Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire came out not long after, and I still remember when they released, and I got those games. I got Omega Ruby the year it launched. I got it on Christmas, I still remember. And yeah, those games will probably forever be my favorite Pokemon game, is Omega Ruby. I love that game. I absolutely love that game. And my favorite, like, my favorite thing to do in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire is using the Eon Flute and riding on Mega Latios or Latias, depending which version of the game you play on, and just flying over Hoenn. That is my, like, absolute favorite thing to do in the entirety of that game. I'm being dead ass. I love flying on the Mega Latios or Latias. It's so sick being able to fly over Hoenn and doing like barrel rolls and shit like that. It's so cool. Like, Oras, in my opinion, I know Heart Gold Soul Silver fans are gonna hate me, but Oras, in my opinion, is peak Pokemon remakes. In my opinion, Oras is peak Pokemon remakes. BDSP will never top any of the remakes. Fire Red Leaf Green won't top it. Heart Gold Soul Silver is really close, but I prefer Oras. Oras is peak Pokemon remake, in my opinion. But yeah. And if you exclude remakes, by the way, if you don't count remakes, if you're asking me what my favorite mainline, like, not remake at all, it has to be the first introduction of its generation. For me, Gen 6, X and Y. Those are my second favorite Pokemon games. And it's also because I grew up off them. And Mega Evolution, dude. That's why I'm so hyped for ZA, chat. I am so hyped for ZA because of Mega Evolutions. Also, by the way, I think this is my... I'm not sure. I don't really remember. This might be my first stream since the new Megas got revealed. It is. The new Megas got revealed on Friday. I remember it was during my exam. This is my first stream since the new Megas got revealed. Chat, how do you guys feel about Mega Delphox, Chestnut, Greninja, and Mega Raichu X and Mega Raichu Y? Let me know your guys' opinion. Me personally, Mega Raichu X, in my opinion, so far out of all the Megas, the brand new Megas that got revealed for ZA, Mega Raichu X is by far my favorite one. It's by far my favorite one. I love Raichu. Pikachu is in my top 3 favorite Pokemon. It's literally up there. Pikachu, I have a Chonkachu, I have a Pikachu plush. Literally my members are named after the Pikachu line. You know, Pikachu is probably my second favorite Pokemon. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's in my top 3. Pikachu is probably my second favorite Pokemon. I know it's basic to say, but I love Pikachu. And Raichu is so sick too, and Raichu doesn't get enough love. I'm so happy Raichu got a Mega. It got 2 Megas. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm not really a fan of Mega Raichu Y. I prefer Mega Raichu X. Mega Raichu Y looks really sick. I mean, maybe its ability and like battles, all that animation might persuade me, but I really love Mega Raichu Y. I hope there's an Alolan Mega Raichu. That would be cool. I did see a post today. Mega Raichu Y does look a lot like it has the same color and vibe as Alolan Raichu, and Mega Raichu X looks more like normal Raichu. So I doubt that's gonna be an Alolan Raichu though. It's a Raichu, but I think it's so sick, man. I think it's so sick. Out of the Gen 6 starters, out of the Kalos starters, Greninja, Chestnut, and Delphox. Chestnut is really clean. He gets a spear and a shield. It looks so clean. Greninja, I think, is really, really cool. Mega Greninja. I love Greninja, but the Mega's not doing it for me. I'm not gonna lie. Mega Greninja's not really doing it for me. Between the Kalos starters though, Mega Delphox is so sick. I love Mega Delphox. Yeah, I think so far my top 3 brand new Mega Evolutions that they revealed, my top 3: number 1 Mega Raichu X, number 2 Mega Delphox, and number 3 Mega Malamar. I think those are my top 3 currently for brand new Megas that got revealed. So yeah. I love the starters. Raichu aren't great in my opinion, but the whole rank thing. Yeah. I also don't really like how it's DLC only. Mega Raichu is DLC only. But yeah. I'm a Raichu strongly worded letter explained by Black 2 White 2 or Goat. Guys, is Switch 2 worth it? If I'm being honest, at the moment, no. At the moment, no. I love it. It's so much better than Switch 1, but at the moment, no. It's not worth it. You're better off sticking with a Switch 1 for now. Because every game that's coming out on the Switch 2 is still available on the Switch 1. So I got it because I'm a content creator. So it benefits me to get it. Like ZA, it benefits me to record on the max possible graphics, especially Scarlet Violet. You know, for me, it benefits me recording wise. So I got it. But if I wasn't making YouTube videos, I would not have gotten the Switch 2 yet. especially too, even all the new game, like the Nintendo Direct that just happened last Friday. Nothing is exclusive to Switch 2. Bro, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. I forgot about that. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are coming to the Switch 1 and 2. I am so hyped for that, chat. I never had a Wii growing up. I never had a Wii. I had a PS3. I always had a PlayStation growing up. So my parents never bought us a Wii. Because we had the PlayStation. And we had like DS's and 3DS's and stuff like that. So my parents never like saw a purpose to get us a Wii, obviously, because we had so much DS's, you know. I talk about it on stream. I say in my house alone there's 6 DS's. You know, we have so much DS's, and I had a PS3 growing up. So there was no point of getting us a Wii. So the Switch 1 for me, although the Switch 1 was really just like Wii and Wii U remakes, for me it felt fresh. Like, I remember the Switch getting so much criticism about it just being Wii and Wii U remakes, which, yeah, console standpoint does suck, but to someone like me who never had a Wii growing up, the Switch was amazing. The Switch was an amazing console for me because I never got to play all the Wii games. So I'm so hyped for Mario Galaxy. One thing I have to say though, why is Mario Galaxy I'm talking Canadian dollars, by the way, okay? This is Canadian dollars. Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are in a bundle for $100 in the Nintendo eShop. $100 for 2 Wii games. $100 Canadian for 2 Wii games. When back in the day, Mario Galaxy came out in 2009. Okay, on their own, that's in the bundle. On their own, it's $59 each. It's 60 bucks. 60 bucks for the game. It's cheaper to buy the bundle. Obviously, they want you to buy the bundle. It's 60 bucks for Mario Galaxy and 60 bucks for Mario Galaxy 2. That's before tax in Canadian dollars. Mario Galaxy came out in 2009. Back in 2009, a Wii game, Mario Galaxy, probably costed maybe 25, anywhere between like 20 to $30 Canadian back in 2009. Now the same game, it's not even a remaster, the graphics are the same, is 60 bucks. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's the only issue I have with it. Also, another thing, let me know your guys' opinion. I can't be the only one that finds it weird that Legend ZA is getting a paid DLC before the game's even out yet. I pre-ordered the paid DLC, by the way. I pre-ordered it. It was $40 Canadian. We got a $40, and by the way, the Switch 2 version of the game is $100 Canadian, and the DLC is $40 Canadian. So Pokemon Legend ZA game and DLC together in Canadian dollars is $140 just to play the full experience of Legend ZA, and the game's not even out yet. Like, that's crazy to me. But yeah, I bought it. I mean, I can't complain. I could sit here and complain, but at the end of the day, I'm the one that spent the money to play it. So like, I'm completely contradicting everything I'm complaining about. But yeah, Mega Chestnut and Delphox are cool. I haven't met anyone who are diehard fans for either of them, like Greninja. Yeah, I love Delphox. I prefer Greninja. I think Greninja's a better Pokemon, but the Mega, I really prefer Mega Delphox. I'm not gonna lie, Mega Greninja is really clean, but between the 3, I think it's the weakest one. It just gets a big shuriken and it's upside down. If I'm being honest, I would have preferred Ash Greninja. I know they can't do that again because it's Ash's Pokemon, you know, but I would have preferred Ash Greninja over or like maybe like an amplified version of Ash Greninja compared to the Mega that we got. But I do think it's a cool Mega. I don't think it'll be making my team, Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I'm not sure. Look, I'm picking I'm gonna pick Chespin. Why did I say Chespin? I'm gonna pick Chikorita as my starter. I'm picking Chikorita as my starter because I think they're gonna buff Meganian compared to how he was in Gen 2. So I'm gonna make the choice to pick Chikorita. So I'm gonna do it. I know, bold choice, but I'm gonna do it. I'm picking Chikorita for my starter. So maybe Greninja can be my water type and Delphox can be my fire type. Delphox is gonna make my team. Malamar is gonna make my team. Raichu. The issue is Raichu is it would be on my team. I would want Mega Raichu, but I'm pretty sure it's DLC exclusive, and I'm not gonna play the DLC till I finish the main story. So I actually, throughout the main story, can't put Raichu on my team. So Raichu will not be making my team. It'll make my DLC team. That's for sure. But it won't make my mainline team because it's DLC exclusive. So I don't know. But so far, I think Megas that I have locked in for my team is Greninja, Delphox, Malamar, and Dragonite. Those I have locked in my team. And I'm picking Chikorita. So if Meganian gets one, that's locked in too. I don't know what my last Pokemon would be then, because I named 5 and it's a party 6. Maybe Hawlucha. A Mega Hawlucha looked really cool. Maybe I'll put Hawlucha on my team. I'm not sure. We'll see when the game comes out. But yeah, I think I pretty much have my team locked in. I don't want to make, obviously it has to be competitive. The game's about battling, but I want new Megas on my team. Chespin for Chikorita. Hull. Ash Greninja stronger than Mega. I would assume it is. Chestnut hate is going down after the Mega though. I like Mega Chestnut. I liked it. The only reason why I'm not putting it on my team is because I'm picking Chikorita as my starter, so it would be dumb to have 2 grass types. You know? Chikorita is the best, bro, no doubt about it. Mr. Me, welcome in, dude. I do think Chikorita in ZA is gonna get a massive buff. I think it's gonna get a massive buff. It had a fairy type move in the trailer, so I think what everyone's assuming at least is that Meganian is gonna become a fairy type, a grass fairy, because right now it's just a grass type. If it's a grass fairy and it could learn fairy moves, like, bro, imagine if Meganian could learn like Moonblast. Dude, you know, like, that would make it really good. And if it gets a Mega, which I'm pretty sure the starters would, I would assume that Emboar, Feraligatr, and Meganian will get Megas. It's dumb to not give them Megas. They are the starters. You know, I think they will. I think Meganian's gonna be good. I think Meganian's gonna be good. Also, what do you think of the ZA starter trio? Would you prefer? I prefer any different. I prefer. I said earlier, I really like Delphox. I really like Chestnut. Mega Greninja though, I would have preferred Ash Greninja, which I know they can't do. I know they can't do. But they could have easily, it's not hard at all to like just be, they could have just twisted the lore. Greninja, it was able to change because of its ability Battle Bond. They could have easily have just made something up and been like, oh, Battle Bond is just Mega Evolution that happens without a keystone. And boom, Ash Greninja is actually Mega Greninja. You know, they could have just did that. It was so simple. They could have just easily been like, oh, you don't need Greninja-ite to Mega Evolve your Greninja, or you don't need a keystone. You just need to level up its friendship with Battle Bond. And then it Mega Evolves. And that's Mega Greninja. They could have easily just did that. You know? And Ash Greninja the name would have been changed to Mega Greninja, because Ash Greninja is literally just Mega Evolution. It's just Mega Evolution. That's literally what Greninja does. He Mega evolves. That's pretty much what he does. So I don't know why they didn't just make it the original and just change the lore or twist the lore on Ash Greninja. They could have easily just been like, oh, Battle Bond is a form of Mega Evolution. That they could have easily just said that and it would have worked. But yeah, I do like Mega Greninja. I like Mega Greninja. It's not bad at all, don't get me wrong, but I prefer Ash Greninja over Mega Greninja. Because now it's just weird. Now it's just weird how there's Mega Greninja, there's Ash Greninja, and they're trying to kill off Ash Greninja. They never mention it anymore. They killed it off in Pokemon Journeys. They could have just made Ash Greninja the Mega and just changed the name. But yeah. I'm going for Totodile. I'm picking Chikorita. I'm not picking Tepig. Tepig is my last choice. I don't want Tepig in my playthrough. I don't hate Tepig. He's definitely the best starter in his generation. But I don't want to pick Tepig. So yeah. All right, sandwich number 2 for Chikorita, by the way. That's sandwich number 2. Might be a wild take, but I don't mind Mega Greninja. I like it over Ash Greninja. It's not a wild take. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But and if you think of it, Mega Greninja does have more going for it than Ash Greninja does. Ash Greninja just got like a red face and a bigger shuriken on its back. Mega Greninja flips upside down on its shuriken. You know, I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool design. I just personally, lore aspect of it, now it's confusing because there's Greninja, Ash Greninja, Mega Greninja, and they killed off Ash Greninja. They wouldn't even they wouldn't even make Ash Greninja a thing in Pokemon Journeys after it was such a massive thing in XYZ. Ash Greninja was the whole like storyline of XYZ. You know, there was an entire season in the anime based off of Ash Greninja, and they killed it off completely in Journeys, and now there's just a new one. They could have just, like, lore purposes of it, it doesn't make sense, but like I get why they did it, because Ash Greninja is not a Mega. It's Battle Bond. It's the ability. But then in Scarlet Violet, they completely killed it. Battle Bond just, like, it just raises the stats of Greninja after it knocks out a Pokemon. That's what Battle Bond does in Scarlet Violet. They nerfed Greninja to the grave by killing the ability that made him so popular. You know? But yeah. Mafia, what's good? Hey, do you have an extra non-English shiny Ditto or non-English Ditto? I do not have an extra non-English Ditto, sadly, dude. There is a trade code for it though. I don't know the exact code, but if you Google trade codes, Ditto trade codes online, if you are in a specific Pokemon game, you type in that trade code, you can give away an English Ditto for a non-English Ditto. So yeah, and just keep doing the trade until it's like a community thing. Like, everyone who wants a foreign Ditto types in that specific trade code and trades Dittos. It's like a it's a community thing. That's how I got mine. But I just don't remember the actual code, but I did it in like BDSP, I'm pretty sure. But I think it's in every Pokemon game. Every Pokemon game has a specific code that people use just for trading Dittos. So yeah. I bet ain't getting the starter stones. No, I'm gonna get them. I need to shiny hunt them for a video, so I need to get every shiny mega. Guys, shiny Miraidon, Koraidon releasing soon. Yeah, it is true. Miraidon and Koraidon's shinies are coming out through your local game stores, GameStop, EB Games, wherever you are. You know, I named North American stores. For me, TB Games. Actually, for me, we have both where I live. We have both. They're owned by the same company, just different names. But yeah, shiny Miraidon and Koraidon are coming out at your local game stores. I'm pretty sure next month. The same way shiny Zacian and Zamazenta came out. I might buy a copy of Pokemon Violet just so I can do it. Like, I might do that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I might buy, like, I'm gonna go to the store, okay? You don't have to buy anything. You just go to the store and ask for a code and they'll give you a code. But you only get it for whatever game you have, and obviously for my living decks, I need both. So I might buy a copy of Pokemon Violet and ask for a Scarlet and a Violet code. I think I might do that to get both. Because you can only get the one of the game you play. But yeah. It comes out the 26th to the 15th. Not for me in the UK, no shine. No, it's coming out in the UK. It's just coming out later. Like, a lot later. For you guys, it's coming out in the UK in, like, December. Or something like that. I saw Austin John Plays talk about it. But, in the UK, for some reason, it's because there's different laws and you guys get things a lot later. But yeah. That's the perks of living in North America, is we have everything. We get everything. Canada and America, we literally get everything. We get everything on launch. It's always Europe that has to wait for everything. Which kind of sucks. But yeah. Enjoy my dupe shiny legendaries. No, bro, Japan's where it's at for everything. Pokemon wise, Japan is where it's at. I think in Japan they can get it right now. I'm pretty sure. Like, for them, it came out like last week. But yeah. Can't use Koraidon here. You know what sucks though? I wish that, like, if you have a shiny Koraidon, then the Koraidon that you ride in the game becomes a shiny. I think that would be so sick, but they can't do that, sadly. But yeah, I wish it was like that. Wait, I need to see this UK shiny legendary. Did Austin John make a video? Yeah. Austin John, I think he talked about it in it was in his Nintendo Direct video talking about the DLCs and stuff for ZA. But yeah. Also, for your shiny living decks, I would for sure get Violet. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to do it for every game. I want to do it for every game. Especially when it comes down to, like, Black and White, like Gen 5. That's when it's gonna get tough. Even X and Y, I would prefer to have Pokemon Y. Because X and Y are, like... they're so easy to get shinies in that game. X and Y is, like, the easiest mainline game. Other than Scarlet Violet and Legends Arceus. You know? Other than Scarlet Violet and Legends Arceus, X and Y is so easy to get shinies in. You know? So when I get to Gen 6 eventually, or even Gen 3, because there's so much fucking Gen 3 Pokemon in XY because of Oras. It'd be really nice to have Pokemon Y. Wild, what's good? What is good? Why you want Pokemon? Why? Oh my god. It's honestly a shame that Pokemon Z never came out. Honestly a shame. Gen 7, by the way, I already have all the resources for it. I have Pokemon Sun and I have Pokemon Ultra Moon. Every Pokemon I can't get in Pokemon Sun, I could get in Ultra Moon. And every Pokemon I can't get in Ultra Moon, I could get in Sun. So I don't need to buy Ultra Sun and Moon. I have everything I need for Gen 7. True, Pokemon Z would have been so cool. I want to know what Zygarde's story was. Hopefully, I mean, from what we've seen in ZA trailers, I doubt it, but hopefully we get to know that in ZA. I mean, Zygarde is a big part of the game, you know? There's cells around the map apparently that you need to collect. You know, the actual like 10% form guides you around the map. But from like what the trailers have shown so far, is EA looks more like a battle simulator than it does like a storyline based thing, you know? I don't know. We have to find out when the game releases, but ZA so far just really looks like it's a battling game. That's the main focus from what we've seen in the trailers, at least. So well, I get like no spawns there, or a single Cyndaquil spawn. Gen 7 is the best behind Kanto. Mr. B forgot Gen 5. I'm not a huge Gen 5 guy. Like, it might be just because I've never played Gen 5, but I've watched the anime. I know the Gen 5 animes. It's not good. I know it's not good. Everyone says it's not good. So I can't base the entire generation off of the anime. I know that, but like, I don't know. There's a few Pokemon I like in Gen 5. I like Golurk, Gigalith. You know, the Roggenrola line is my favorite. Kyurem is a really sick one. I'm not really a fan of the land trio. You know, Tornadus, Landorus, and Thundurus. I'm not really a fan of them. Yeah. I like Victini. My favorite Gen 5 mon. Nice. My favorite Gen 5 Pokemon is probably Roggenrola. So, Roggenrola or Gigalith, you know? I'm really confusing when I talk about my favorites in Pokemon, because my favorites are different. My favorite Pokemon games are Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. My favorite Pokemon region is Kalos. My favorite Pokemon, you know, like my favorite Pokemon generation, like the Pokemon that are in a specific generation, for me is Gen 4. Gen 4 has most of my favorite Pokemon in it. So the generation that has my favorite Pokemon are Gen 4. But yeah, mine are really weird. My top 3, by the way, my top 3 favorite generations is like as a whole, every single thing that's ever been introduced in that generation as a whole, my favorite is Gen 4. Gen 4 is my favorite gen. Although my favorite games are not Gen 4 games. Gen 4 is my favorite generation. I think Gen 4 has one of the best roster of Pokemon. I think it has the second best anime. Gen 4. It is the second best anime. It has, my opinion, the best roster of legendaries. Gen 4. Bro. Legends Arceus. I know that came out in Gen 8, but it's based on a Gen 4 game. BDSP kind of hold it down. BDSP hold it down. Diamond Pearl, top tier. Platinum, top tier. The highest of tiers. You know, I love Gen 4. Soundtrack, oh my god, if we're talking Pokemon soundtrack, Gen 4 has the best soundtrack. It has the best soundtrack in my opinion. Platinum is a close second to Gen 5. I've never played Gen 5. Gen 5, I'm not gonna lie, Gen 5 is so hyped up. It's so hyped up. I don't know, like, I'm at a point with Gen 5 where I genuinely don't know if the games are really good or if it's just nostalgia talking. But yeah. This is how you know it's not nostalgia when I say Gen 4, by the way. This is how you know it's not nostalgia. Chat, my first Gen 4 game playing, Colton was good. My first ever Gen 4 game I ever played was Brilliant Diamond. So when I say Gen 4 is my favorite generation, it's not nostalgia. I never played Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. You know? My first ever Gen 4 experience was Brilliant Diamond. And I still say that Gen 4 is my favorite experience. BDSP is not Gen 4. It's a Gen 4 remake. I know it came out in Gen 8, but it's a Gen 4 remake. Me personally, I know why people say that, like, I understand it, but it's not a Gen 8 game. You can't tell me that BDSP is a Gen 8 game. It came out during the Gen 8 era, but that doesn't make it a Gen 8 game. You can't catch Gen 8 Pokemon in it. Like, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, for example, that I consider that a Gen 6 game. It has Mega Evolution. Gen 4, 5, and 6 Pokemon can be caught in it. That's not a traditional remake. BDSP, you can't get a Gen 5 Pokemon in BDSP. You can't get anything higher than Gen 4 in it, you know? That's like saying Heart Gold Soul Silver is Gen 4. Yeah. Like me personally, I get why people I never understood it. I know why people do it because it came out in that era, but it's not a game from that era. You know? Like even Legends Arceus, me personally, I consider Legends Arceus a Gen 4 game. I know it's not. But it takes place in a Gen 4 aspect, and it's a Gen 4 storyline. Me personally, I consider a game, whatever generation it's in, based off where the storyline what generation it takes place. Like me personally, Legend ZA, it's coming out during Gen 9 era, but me personally, I'm considering it a Gen 6 game. Because it takes place in a Gen 6 storyline. That's how I see it. It takes place in Lumio City. And its main focus is Gen 6. That's how I see it. I know it's not that, but that's how I see it. Like BDSP, it came out in Gen 8 era, but that's a Gen 4 game. It's not a Gen 8 game. It's a Gen 4 game. Even as much as I say Oras is a Gen 6 game, it's a Gen 3 game. It takes place in the Gen 3 storyline. It's just a updated version of it. You know? Fire Red Leaf Green. It's not a Gen 3 game. It's a Gen 1 game. Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It's a Gen 1 game. That's how I know it didn't come out in those eras, but it's a game based on that era. So it's that era. But yeah. Like, let's say Cyberpunk, for example. That game takes place in like 2070. It's not... The game came out in 2025, but the game doesn't take place in 2025. The game takes place in 2070. You know? So Legends Arceus, yeah, the game came out during Generation 8 era of Pokemon, but it's based on a Gen 4 game, so it's a Gen 4 game. That's how I see it. But yeah. That's how I see it personally, but yeah, I've never played Gen 5. I've never played a Gen 5 game. So I genuinely don't know if it's like overhyped or if it's pure nostalgia or if it's actually good. I genuinely have no idea. Then why is Melton Gen 7 and not Gen 1? Because it came out in the anime. And that's its Pokedex number. Meltan is not the 152 and 153 in the Pokedex. It's like 800 something, you know? It came out in the anime first before it came out in Let's Go. It's in the Alolan Pokedex. No, I was saying it came out in Gen 7, not asking. Oh, okay, yeah. I get why people do that. It's classed as, like, let's say, like we just said, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. It's classed as a Gen 7 game. Yeah. Because it did not come out in the 90s. The only reason why Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee is not considered a Gen 1 game is because it didn't come out in 1996. But it's a Gen 1 game. You know? I unboxed my Batman figurine. Nice. I would have kept it sealed. Me personally, I consider it, generation-wise, I consider it in whatever generation the game takes place in. Like Legend ZA, I'm gonna consider that a Gen 6 game. Because it takes place in Lumio City. The main focus is Gen 6. You know, the Gen 6 professor is there. You know, the AZ is there. We're in Lumio City. Mega Evolution is there. It's just an updated version, you know? Some people say ZA is Gen 10 because the way home compatibility works. How would it be Gen 10 if Gen 10 is not even out yet? Gen 10 more like Ben 10. No clue, bro. Yeah. I want to know why there's a DLC for the game. It's not even out yet. The game's not even out yet and it already has DLC. Like a $40 one too. $40 Canadian, which I pre-ordered. But like, bro, the game's not even out yet and it has a DLC. My theory, okay? This is how you know Generation 10 is right around the corner. If ZA is coming out late this year, next month, and we're already getting DLC for it and the game's not even out yet, my theory is ZA was supposed to come out last year, but they got delayed. And Generation 10 is coming out next year. So like, oh, we don't have a full year of ZA, so let's release the DLC at the same time as the game. Because I think the original plan was for ZA to come out last year, a DLC would come out this year, and Generation 10 would come out next year. That's probably their original plan, but maybe ZA took way too long to develop. So it got pushed until this year. So like, oh, we don't have enough time to release the DLC now because Generation 10 is on track for next year. So let's release the DLC the same day the game comes out. That's my theory. But yeah. I guarantee ZA got delayed. I guarantee it was supposed to come out last year and it didn't. Or maybe it was supposed to come out way earlier. Because if you think of it, we got ZA trailer in February of bro, we got ZA trailer February of last year, dude. So it's definitely supposed to come out earlier. Definitely. I hope you complete the decks and put them in home. You get shiny Hoopa mystery gift. That would be really sick. Yeah, if they did like a shiny Hoopa mystery gift from Pokemon Home for ZA, that'd be really cool. It would definitely be either Hoopa or Diancie. I would prefer Hoopa because shiny Diancie was already a mystery gift in Pokemon Sword Shield. So hopefully they give us a shiny Hoopa or maybe even a shiny Volcanion through Home. That'd be amazing. Yeah, it was planned for last summer. It was planned for summer last year and DLC for this summer / winter, but the finished game got delayed for whatever reason. Now we're getting it all. Pretty sure it's actually confirmed too. The delay was probably something to do with Switch 2. That would be my guess. That would be my guess. But you know what the thing is too? Like, game developers know when the next system comes out. Like, for example, Sony and Xbox right now. You know, Sony and Microsoft, PlayStation, Xbox. Currently, you know, the PS5 is what? It's turning 6 years old this December. The PS5 came out December of 2019. December 2019 was when the PS5 came out or something like that, you know? So the PS5 is turning 5, 6 this year, something like that. It's at the end of its lifespan, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. You know, come like 2-3 years from now, maybe 2028, the PlayStation 6 and the Xbox Series X are going to be released. game developers already know when it's gonna come out. Us, we're speculating. Like us as the player, we're speculating, oh, the PS5's at the end of its lifespan, or the PS5 and the Xbox are at the end of their lifespans. There's gonna be a new system coming out within a few years. We don't know when, but we're guessing within a few years. Game developers like Rockstar, Activision, Insomniac, like all these massive PlayStation and Xbox game developers already know when the next system is coming out. They already have a release year and month, maybe not date, but they already have a time frame. Like, developers ask Sony and Microsoft, when's the next system coming out, so we know how to make our game. They're like, oh, it's gonna come out spring 2028. So game developers know, okay, we have till then to release a game for this system, or we have till then to make a game for the next system. Game developers already know. So Game Freak knew, the Switch 2 was coming out, maybe for like 2 to 3 years. I'm pretty sure Game Freak would have known that the Switch 2 was releasing back when like Scarlet Violet was being developed. Like that's how early game developers get it. So Game Freak knew that the Switch 2 was gonna come out in 2025, most probably back when they were developing Scarlet Violet. So they had enough time to make ZA, but it most likely did get delayed because of the Switch 2, because they're like, oh, we can make a Switch 2 version and make more money. You know, they make more money releasing it this year than if it would have came out last year. Because if it came out last year, they wouldn't have made a Switch 2 version, and it wouldn't have sold for $30 more than the Switch 1 version, you know? But yeah, maybe they didn't originally plan on a Switch 2 edition. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking their original plan was to crunch it out and rush it out for the Switch 1. But then they're like, you know what? If we make it on the Switch 2, we can sell Switch 2 versions for extra. Because obviously Nintendo obviously also provided them with the prices of what they wanted the games to be. Because they don't just provide release date for system, they also provide if they're going to raise the price for games and all that type of stuff. So Game Freak definitely saw how much Nintendo was raising the price for the Switch 2 games. So Game Freak was definitely like, okay, let's delay ZA so we can make a Switch 2 version and sell it for more. That's definitely what they were doing. So that's most likely why last year was a dry year for Pokemon, and we got the ZA trailer last year, but never release date till this year. Because they were originally gonna release it last year, but then they got developer information about the Switch 2 and decided, no, let's sell it for more. But yeah, and that's why we got nothing last year. Now, bro, I feel old saying the PS5 is at the end of its lifespan. Dude, I feel old. I started on the PS3. I feel old, man. I got a PS3 like around when it came out. I was 4 years old when I got my PS3. Later, wait, what's good, dude? What is good? I mean, my volume is all the way down, so I can't hear you, but I thought I would stop by. Anyway, well, welcome in, dude. This year was meant to be Gen 10 games if they followed every new generation 3 years. Yeah, I think Gen 10 definitely got put on hold for the Switch 2. I think Generation 10 without it, I highly doubt they were gonna release Generation 10 on the Switch 1. Like, I kind of figured that, especially seeing how Scarlet Violet ran on the Switch 1, you know? And Scarlet Violet came out when the Switch 1 still had 3 years left on its lifespan. You know, Scarlet Violet came out like 2022. The Switch 1 still had 3 years left on its lifespan. And Scarlet Violet ran horribly. But yeah. Also the 40th anniversary. Next year's the 30th anniversary. Next year's the 30th for Pokemon. It's the 40th for Mario. Next year's the 40th anniversary for Mario. And it's the 30th anniversary for Pokemon. So yeah. I'm expecting something huge next year for sure. I've been saying every time we talk about like new Pokemon news and stuff like that, I always say, Jeppe, we hit like goal. Hey, I appreciate every single one of you that leaves a like. For me, still says 9. But yeah, every time we talk about like new Pokemon news, my predictions for Pokemon Day is always this. I think 2026, next year, I think we get Generation 10 without a doubt. I don't see a world where we don't get Generation 10 next year. We've been on Scarlet Violet for far too long. And I think Generation 10 will be the generation we get Black White remakes. And I think it's gonna happen. Okay, this is my like prediction. I think next year is Generation 10. The year after, 2027, it's a 50-50 between Generation 10 DLC or Black White remakes, or both in the same year. If not, the next year is going to be the same thing. You know, like 2027, if we get Black White remakes, then 2028 we're getting Gen 10 DLCs, or 2027 if we get Gen 10 DLCs, then 2028 we're getting Black White remakes. I think it's one or the other. Whichever one we don't get one year is gonna be the one we get the year after, or if we get both in the same year, that'd be crazy. But yeah, that's my prediction. I think Generation 10 is next year for sure. The year after could be Black White remakes, could be Gen 10 DLCs, could be both. That's what I think. I think it's most likely to be that, because we're on the next system too. Everyone who said Generation 10, everyone who said Black White remakes were gonna come out like 2 years ago or last year, I knew was wrong. I always knew we were not gonna get Generation 5 remakes on the Switch 1. Because if you look at the pattern they follow, that Game Freak follows, they do a new remake every system. And on the Switch, we got BDSP. So we were not gonna get Black White remakes on the Switch 1 because we got BDSP on the Switch 1. I always knew we were gonna have to wait till the Switch 2 for Black White remakes. I always knew. Every time someone would say Black White remakes for Pokemon Day, I was always like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen until the Switch 2. Now that we're on the Switch 2, I think it could happen. It could happen next year. It could happen the year after. I doubt it'll happen next year though, because next year I really think is gonna be Generation 10. You know? How I know we're getting Gen 10 next year too is also through Pokemon TCG. The Mega Evolution set that's coming out is not called Scarlet Violet Mega Evolution. Like, we're done with Scarlet Violet sets. Black Bolt and White Flare were the last Scarlet Violet Black Bolt, Scarlet Violet White Flare. You know, we're done with the Scarlet Violet TCG sets, which means their focus is on the next generation. So yeah. That's how TCG pretty much is letting us know what's happening next year. But yeah. What would Gen 5 remakes be called? It'd be sick to have Black Bolt, White Flare, but I don't know. They did that with TCG. I think Black Bolt and White Flare would make really good names, but I don't know if they'll name it after the TCG set. But Black Bolt, White Flare would have been really cool names. Sucks that they're used now. But yeah. Black Bolt, White Flare, TCG were such sick names. I know. I don't know if they'll use those names though for remakes, but I think they were really cool names. Yeah. No shiny. Still no shiny, by the way. We're on our third sandwich. We're on our third sandwich here. Which is crazy. I want more cat Pokemon. We'll probably get a lot of cat Pokemon. Every time they seem to do a cat Pokemon, it does well. Look at Meowscarada, dude. Meowscarada is literally the... It's the most popular Gen 9 Pokemon. And it's a cat. Every time they do cat Pokemon, it seems to be like the most popular Pokemon. But yeah. I actually hate Meowscarada. God damn. I'm not a fan of it either. Me personally, the only Gen 9 starter I like is Skeleturge. It's the only one I like. I'm not a Meowscarada fan, and I'm not whatever the fuck Quaxly's fully evolved form is called. I compared to Quaxly's though, oh my god, man, Meowscarada is amazing. Quaxly's full, what, I don't even know its name, like Quilladin or something like that. It's so shit. It's such a weird Pokemon. But yeah. Camo Tito, what's good, dude? Welcome into the stream, man. Currently shiny hunting Cyndaquil, Scarlet Violet for my Gen 2 living decks. I only need one more Cyndaquil. So yeah. I have Cyndaquil, I have Typhlosion, I just need Quilava. It's mid-evolution. Quilladin is Chespin's middle. Oh yeah, it's true. Whatever, I don't even know its name. Whatever the fully evolved Quaxly is. It's Quackaval, yeah. It's such a weird Pokemon, dude. It's such a weird Pokemon. Me personally, I've always said from the beginning, my least favorite starter Pokemon ever is Quaxly. It's my least favorite starter Pokemon. Out of every starter that's ever been released, my least favorite one is Quaxly. It's my least favorite one. I've always found it to be such a weird Pokemon. Do you lately know like good games for Switch 2? Well, currently every game that's on, there's only like 2 games that are exclusive to Switch 2 at the moment. You know? And it's Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World. Those are the only 2 games currently that you can only play on the Switch 2. Everything else is on the Switch 1. You could play Switch 1 games on the Switch 2, so Donkey Kong Bonanza is really good. There's a DLC coming out for it. Oh, another thing that got announced during the Nintendo Direct chat. Poketopia. Pokemon Poketopia. It's an Animal Crossing style Pokemon game. Honestly, I used to play Animal Crossing as a kid. I haven't played an Animal Crossing game since New Leaf. I haven't played an Animal Crossing game since New Leaf. I wanted to buy Animal Crossing New Horizons, but I always figured that game came out 5 years ago. So there's most likely gonna be a new one coming soon, and I've been waiting for it. I've been waiting for a new Animal Crossing game to get me back into Animal Crossing. I might buy Poketopia. I might buy Pokemon Poketopia. I think I'm gonna do it. Issue is, if that game is $100 Canadian, like every Switch 2 game currently, then I'm not gonna buy it. You know? Because let's be real, it's a Pokemon spin-off game. Its lifespan is only gonna be like 6 months, and then it's never gonna get updated ever again. Because that's how Pokemon spin-off games work. You know? Look at Pokemon Snap, dude. Pokemon Snap. Full price, $80. You know, $80 Canadian. That's the same price as like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That game hasn't been updated in years. No DLC or anything. Pokemon spin-off games, as like within a year later, they just stop getting updated. So if Poketopia is full price, the same price as a normal Switch game, then I'm not buying it. If it's like cheaper, I feel like Poketopia should be max $50 Canadian, $60 Canadian maybe. There's no way it's the same price as Mario Galaxy. You know? But yeah, I think it's really cool. I might get it. I might get it. But yeah, Nintendo's such a greedy company. I don't like how they go about stuff. But I love Pokemon too much. I know, lately, Nintendo has been really, like, money hungry. You know, and it's at a point where it, you know, like, you're better off getting a PlayStation and an Xbox is cheaper. And the games, like, what to me, what it is is like, dude, Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for $100 Canadian. Wait, no. Let's look at fucking Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World is $110 Canadian. Mario Kart World is $110 Canadian. Mario Kart World. If GTA 6 is not the same price as Mario Kart World, there's a problem. There's a problem. If GTA 6 is gonna be the normal game price that we've been paying for the last like 5 years, and Mario Kart World is more expensive than GTA 6, there's a problem. There is a massive problem. So, yeah. I mean, I know the price of games are gonna go higher. I knew it, you know, like look 15 years ago, for example, on the DS, bro, DS games were $15 Canadian. I used to buy DS games for $15 when I was a kid, you know. Now a Switch game costs $100 Canadian. I knew the price was gonna go up. That's inflation, you know. And plus two, the higher the budget for the game, the higher the price. I heard GTA 6 has like $1 billion budget. That game should be expensive statistically, but it probably won't be. It's gonna be the same price as every other game. But yeah. Oh, by the way, since you completed every shiny Gen 1 Dex, who was your favorite to hunt? It's actually a good question. I never thought about that. My favorite one to hunt. I don't know. I like Mew. I liked hunting for shiny Mew because it was very different. It was the only one I played Pokemon Emerald for, you know, and I needed to buy Emerald, get an old C map, play through the whole storyline of Emerald, just to be able to hunt it. And it was really fun and challenging because Mew can transform into whatever Pokemon you're battling with, you know. So it's really high stakes and there's strategy to it. So I would say Mew, shiny Mew, not because Mew is my favorite Pokemon, but also just because it was the most unique hunt out of all the ones I did. Other than Mew though, I don't really know, if I'm being honest. I don't really know. I did Ditto through PokeRadar. I love PokeRadar. I've always said that. I love shiny hunting PokeRadar in Gen 4 specifically, you know. Did Aerodactyl feel any special being the final hunt? It not really. If I'm being honest, not really. Mainly because prior to doing Aerodactyl, I egg hatched for 2 Kabutos, went over odds. I egg hatched for I went over odds for 1 Kabuto. Then I egg hatched for 2 Ammonites, went over odds for both. So by the time I got to Aerodactyl, I was so fed up of egg hatching, I just wanted to finish. You know? So Aerodactyl, if I'm being honest, was more painful than it was relieving. And it was mainly because I had to egg hatch for 2 shiny Kabuto, then 2 shiny Ammonite, then Aerodactyl. And the out of all 5 fossils that I shiny hunted for, only 2 of them were under odds. And it was the first shiny Kabuto and Aerodactyl. Only 2 of them were under odds. So I had to egg hatch for 5 shiny fossils. 3 of them were over odds. You know, and well over odds too. Not like, oh, just a couple, like maybe like 10. Oh, no, I went like almost 200 over odds for each one. You know? So like, yeah. By the time I made it to Aerodactyl, it was really annoying. Where'd you get the birds? Ultra Moon. I got the birds in Ultra Moon. I got Mew in Emerald, and I got Mewtwo in Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. So, but Mewtwo, I got it. Mewtwo and Mew, I got them for a different video. It wasn't for the living decks, but I got shiny Mew through the video where I shiny and said Mew, and I got shiny Mewtwo through TCG Pocket Picks My Shiny Hunt. But yeah, still here just lurking. It's all good, bro. It is all good. Bro, hunting Zapdos is so scary. Like, all of them look shiny. On the 3DS, it actually looks shiny. On the 3DS, it's really vibrant. Plus, if you look at Zapdos's beak and feet, they change color. Like, they go to like a orangey red. You know, so you gotta look at its toes the whole time. Gotta look at the Zapdos toes the entire time, but it works. Are you happy about all the Xbox and PlayStation console wars are over? Well, not over, but they're working together on a ton more stuff now. So I would say the war's over. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm not really a console player anymore, but I do like the fact that now it's based off preference now, and not like back in the day. For example, on the PS3, I know they fixed this issue on the PS4. The PS4 and Xbox One, they started to make games crossplay, but back in the day with the PS3 and the Xbox 360, if all my friends had an Xbox and I had a PlayStation, I could not play games with them. Or if all my friends had PlayStation and one of my friends had an Xbox, we couldn't play with that friend. The Xbox One and PS4 fixed that issue, but it's definitely progressed. I do like how now PlayStation and Xbox is more, oh, if you prefer Xbox, you know, the home menu, the layout, the controller, just buy an Xbox. If you prefer PlayStation, the home menu, the layout, the controller, just buy a PlayStation. You can play with everyone, you know, regardless what they're playing with. And now exclusive games, pretty much, if an exclusive is online, it's not exclusive anymore now. Like Sea of Thieves was an Xbox only game, that's on PlayStation now. Forza was an Xbox only game, that's on PlayStation now. You know, the only exclusives are like story mode exclusives. Like, you can't play Spider-Man on an Xbox or God of War on an Xbox, because those are story mode. They're not online. But yeah. Pro hunting's, I already read that. Yeah, I was hunting in Let's Go, but then hunts on hold. I'm gonna go back and finish them tomorrow. Nice, dude. How much encounters are you on? I never hunted for shinies in any game other than Scarlet Violet and Pokemon Go. I might try do it in Let's Go, but Scarlet Violet is just so much easier. I'm not gonna lie, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, the shiny odds are good, but shiny hunting in that game is not that fun. No, don't get me wrong, it was fun at the beginning of the living decks. I found it fun at the beginning of the Gen 1 living decks. Towards the end, I grew to hate it, but my like 1.1k encounters with charm. You're getting over odds. You're getting over odds around. You're like halfway with shiny charm. Got shiny Articuno and 999 resets. Nice. I got shiny Mewtwo and Let's Go in like 3000 with the shiny charm. The shiny charm works, by the way, for legendaries in Let's Go. Normal games it doesn't work. In Let's Go, the shiny charm works on legendaries. It cuts in half. So I was actually over odds for Mewtwo. But yeah. Dude, I'm not even getting Cyndaquil spawns as much anymore. I'm just too impatient to shiny hunt like that. I might try one day. Trust, it's fun. It's fun. It's because shiny hunting, I always loved it because it's really like high, not high stakes, because nothing's on the line other than time. But it's fun to grind for something that's super, super rare. And when you finally get it, you're like, wow, not much people have this, you know? Like when Pokemon Champions comes out, I'm probably gonna make like a video where I shiny hunt. This is gonna get annoying, but I want to shiny hunt a competitive team for Pokemon Champions. Which is gonna be annoying because competitive team, I have to make sure it has its hidden ability. I have to make sure it has all that type of stuff. You know, you gotta breed too. You gotta breed for competitive teams. So you got shiny Poipole yet? I do not have shiny Poipole yet. I purposely in Ultra and Ultra Moon, I purposely did not catch or claim the gift shiny Poipole that you get for beating Necrozma because you're able to shiny hunt it. So in Ultra and Ultra Moon, once you beat Necrozma, you're able to get a gift Pokemon Poipole. I did not claim it on purpose because that gift Poipole can be shiny hunted if you soft reset for it and you you claim the gift, you check its dex entry, and if it's shiny, you know? You could soft reset on it. I purposely didn't claim it. It doesn't affect any storyline. You could go by without claiming it. I purposely did not claim it for that reason. Because eventually, when we get to Gen 7, I'm gonna want to do that. You could get Poipole from Sword Shield, but it can't be shiny. To get Poipole in Sword Shield, you have to catch every single Ultra Beast in Dynamax Adventures. So, and it can't be shiny. It's a gift Pokemon there too, but it cannot be shiny. Chat, I really have to pee. We got 4 minutes left on this sandwich though. So I'm gonna thug it out for 4 minutes. Bro, am I even gonna get a spawn here? Are you kidding me? I didn't even get a spawn, dude. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. We're moving on to our 4th sandwich. Assuming we don't get a shiny in the next 3 minutes. I still have an Igglybuff outbreak, by the way. So if worst comes to worst, I'll just go do Igglybuff. Because I do need Igglybuff. It's crazy how my Gen 2 luck, my shiny luck with Gen 2 has all been off stream. It has all been off stream. I'm still yet to get a shiny Gen 2 Pokemon live. You know? But yeah. So far, I started shiny hunting Gen 2 at 29 out of 100. I'm at 40 out of 100 now. So I've gotten 11 new shiny Gen 2 Dex entries. All 11 of them being off stream. I haven't gotten a single shiny on stream for like any of my Dex entries. Like, goddamn, dude. That is insane. No shiny. Oh. I didn't even wait for encounters there. I gotta go back. Still have a minute 30. Minute 30 on the sandwich. I might end stream after the sandwich, actually. I might end stream after the sandwich because I got a lot to do later. I'm currently working on my next video, chat. I'm working on editing my next video. Not the living decks. I'm working on editing a what's it called? Shiny Hunting Alpha video. A Shiny Hunting Alpha Pokemon in 1 week. So I'm gonna get my next video out. And I'm kind of like changing my editing style a little bit, so this one might take a while to get out. But yeah, I'm working on it. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun video though. It is gonna be a fun video. I've been like sacrificing a little bit the live streams to make better videos. I personally, I think that's a win. In my opinion, because at the end of the day, the videos are gonna raise quality. I'm working on making more videos. I'm like kind of sacrificing a little bit of like stream for it, but it is what it is. The videos are gonna improve. So, and that's my main goal at the end of the day is the videos. So I keep clicking the wrong buttons. I've been playing Legends Arceus all fucking week. I keep clicking the wrong buttons. Anyway, sandwich just ended. I'm probably gonna end stream here. I might shiny on Cyndaquil off stream later tonight if I'm free. I wish I probably won't be. But yeah, I'm gonna end stream here, chat. I appreciate every single one of you for stopping by, leaving a like, all that type of stuff. I am gonna start a new thing, by the way, next stream probably, or maybe next week I'm gonna start it, where every time we hit like goal, I'm gonna gift a member. So that's gonna be a new thing. Every time we hit like goal, I'm gonna gift a member. We're gonna start doing that next week. So yeah, I appreciate every single one of you for tuning in, stopping by, leaving a like, all that stuff, and yeah, catch y'all in tomorrow's stream, 5 p.m. EST, where we'll probably be continuing Cyndaquil if I don't get the shiny tonight, or if I don't have time to shiny into tonight. So yeah, peace.